Our daughter's 13 years old. She plays high school sports. So she's around girls who are 16, 17 on her team. She's the only girl in her grade who does not have a smartphone. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have a phone. We've made that decision because we still have control over the influencers in our daughter's life. And we recognize that an algorithm exists on social media to keep our daughter engaged because she's the product that businesses are trying to sell to. And so we've made this decision that our daughter's not going to have a smartphone. And she has navigated that exceptionally well. At the time that's appropriate, she'll get a dumb phone, which allows her to stay connected to us. At 16, she'll be able to have access to a phone that has maps and things like that when she's ready to drive. But we're not going to allow our daughter to have her own social media account until she's 18, after we've coached her and talked through the implications of what that means. I think that every parent has to make the decision that they think is best for their kids. Yeah. We have made that decision because we see the research. Handing her a phone is like handing her a bottle full of pills that could end very, very badly. Not only is it addictive, but it's also terrible for self-image. It shapes identity in ways that really, really lead to negative outcomes. Yeah. I mean, we know of stories of families who were nudged into self-harm, suicidal ideation, and some have even lost their children. And when they go back and look at why, it was because of what the algorithm was telling their kids to do. Our daughter doesn't have access to a smartphone, but in many ways, the reason why she participates with this is because we're trying to create the environment where we say yes as much as possible to her around the things that really don't have that big of an impact on her life, so that when we say no, she knows that it's really for her good. So as an example, her friends think it's ridiculous that she can't have a cell phone, but we allowed her to pierce the top end of her ear at 13. Her piercing the top end of her ear at 13 has no real bearing on her emotional and mental and spiritual health, but handing her a phone does. We want to create the kind of culture, especially I think with teenagers, where we're allowing the doors to be open for conversation. We're saying yes as much as possible so that when they hear no, they really do believe that the reason why they're hearing no is because mom and dad can be trusted.
Yeah.